Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Technique Tuesday. And so today for our technique, we're going to do a fun fold. And this card is a card that we made at my clubs this month, and it was a big hit. And so I thought, well, I'll teach you guys how to do it. It is a little lengthy because there's lots of pieces to it. But hey, it's a really cute card when it's finished. So hope that you enjoyed this video today, and that you will subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be great. I would really appreciate it. I'm working towards getting more and more viewers and subscribers. So if you would just take a second and subscribe, that would be awesome. So let's get started today. So let's see. The paper that I'm going to be using is the Daffodil Afternoon Free Celebration paper. And so this paper is offered in the celebration catalog till the end of the month. So I don't have too much longer left, but it's gorgeous paper. So just to show you the piece that I'm going to be using today, I'm going to use that as one piece. I'm going to actually use 3 different pieces from the pack. This piece, and this one. So yeah, it's so hard, right, to cover up these back sides, but we're going to do it. Okay, so let's get started. The colors that are in this paper, there's so many colors, but there's mint macaron. So that is one of the base colors I'm going to be using. Also pale papaya. So I'm going to be using pale papaya as my cardstock base. And then I'm going to be using the this designer series paper with the dots. That's pale papaya also. And then I can't go wrong with black and white paper, right? But actually it's vanilla. So it's not white, it's vanilla. And so I like that. It's really kind of earthy. So let's get started. So the first thing you'll need is a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock, right? And you're going to score it twice. You're going to score it at, and I have my paper trimmer here because I'm going to need to make some cuts also. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to score it at 4 1/4. And then you're going to score this at 2 1/8. Okay, and what that's going to do is just give you that fun fold. Where's my bone folder? Oh, here it is. So you're going to do this, and then you're going to fold this back. Okay, so typical fun fold card, right? Does this. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and adhere this designer series paper here. Easy peasy. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And so our paper packs are awesome, right? They have actually 12 different designs if you consider, front and back. So this card is so easy to come up with ideas, mainly because of that there's, it's already kind of easy to pick from, right? You just stay with the flow. Okay, then on this side, what I'm going to do now is I've got these pieces. Now this is 5 1/4 by 2 and 5 1/4 by 2. So I'm going to go ahead and put those on. Okay, so I've been making a few of these in different designer series paper, and I've got another one here to show you when I'm finished. Okay, so that goes there. Okay, now it's cute already, right? But this is going to make it even cuter. So what you want to do is you want to flip your card over, and on this half fold, okay, so when you have it like that, there's 2 ways you can do it. If you don't want to use your paper trimmer, you can do it. You can kind of do it with a pencil, and you can mark it and do it that way. Or if you're going to be daring like me, I'm going to show you the way that I'm going to do it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure down. I'm going to get a pencil, though. It might be easier just to make a little tick mark to show you what I mean. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure down 1.5 inches. All right. Use my ruler for that. So I'm going to measure down 1.5 inches. I'm just going to make a little tick mark right here. And then I'm going to measure up 1.5 inches. Okay, just like that. That's the main thing you need to do, is 1.5 inches from the top and 1.5 inches from the bottom. And then what you want to do is you want to put in your paper trimmer, okay? And you want to put it at that tick mark, okay? And you want to do 1.5 inches cut, okay? So it's at 4 1/4. So you will want to do 3/4 of an inch on this side and 3/4 of an inch on this side. I hope that's not too complicated. I know it seems complicated when I'm trying to explain it. But I'm going to do 3 1/2. Okay, to 5. Okay, just like that. Okay, so that's should be 1.5 inches. Let me make sure. Yes. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do that again. Okay, so I'm going to do 5 to 3 1/2. Okay, now you do want to make sure that it cut through all of the designer series paper. Okay, now you want to make sure that this is glued down. So now you can see that I didn't put enough adhesive right there, so I'm going to glue that down. And then I'm going to, if this isn't glued, well, that's pretty good actually. I might put a little more adhesive right there. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to put your fingers in here in these little slots, okay? And you're actually going to pop that up, and you're going to fold it just like that. Okay? So what I just did is, you're going to take your bone folder. What I made was a little pop-up. It isn't glued down properly. Hang on a second. Okay, so you have this pop-up now. You see that? All right. So that changes everything now, right? Because what you're going to do with that is you're going to attach something to that. And we have these triangles cut. Okay, and so this measured, before I cut it into a triangle, it was 3 1/2 inch square. So it was a 3 1/2 inch square, and then I cut it on the triangle. So actually I can make 2 cards with the 2 triangles, right? And then this was 3 3/4 square, and I cut that into a triangle also. Okay, so 3 1/2 and 3 3/4 so that they layer nicely. I'm going to go ahead and glue these together. Okay, looking good. Now I want to glue this to this so that this is actually not going to show. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put adhesive, plenty of adhesive right there. And I'm going to pop this just right up, straight up next to that. Okay. So I'm calling this a pull and pop card. I don't know what they call it. I know other people have been doing them, and I don't know what they call them, but I'm calling it a pull and pop card. And the reason is because you pull it and then it pops open. Okay. Now, let's do some stamping. This is my mint macaron. Okay. And this is actually 2 3/4 square. 2 3/4. And this is 2 1/2. So this is my very vanilla. And I'm going to use Flowering Rain Boots because I like this pot and I like these daisies. I think these daisies will look so cute with this daisy paper. So, first thing I'm going to do is I have the daisies, okay, and I'm going to stamp them in Pale Papaya. I'm going to stamp them on an angle, okay? I almost didn't do that. Okay, it's like that. And then I'm going to mask them. Okay, so I've done this before. So I have a little mask cut out, and I'm going to mask them. So I'm covering them up. And now I'm going to pull out my mint macaron pad. And I'm going to use the clay pot. And I'm going to stamp the clay pot right there. And so when I pull this away, my daisies are inside of my clay pot. All right, so that's masking. Okay. And then I think it needs just something around the edge. And so I'm just going to sponge. I have an old sponge here. I'm just going to sponge a little mint macaron around the edges. Just to kind of give it an edge and a border. So you could do this with your blending brushes also. And then I might just sponge just a little bit of color just right here on the edge so that the pot isn't just floating in midair. All right. Okay. And I'm also going to use mint macaron for my sentiment. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this to my border. Okay, so I have the edge. Okay, so I have that ready. Now what I want to do is I want to stamp a sentiment. And I think I'm going to pick this Happy Birthday from Shaded Summer. I love this font. Okay, so part of it is script and part of it is typeface. And so I'm just going to stamp that in mint macaron on a piece of Very Vanilla. So this is 1-inch strip. And the place that I'm going to put it, I'm going to put it right here. So what I want to do is I want to use this kind of, I should have done this first. Sorry. I really should have, but I'm going to fake this. I'm just going to trim this so that it will fit on there. Trim it down a little more. And so my Happy Birthday will fit on there. Okay, so I have a sentiment now. And then I also have this. All right. Before I put this on the front of the card, I want to bring in some little squares to really make this cute. So what I did was I have 1 1/4. Well, do I have all the pieces? Yeah, I think I do. Okay. Yes. Okay, so this is 1 1/4. So I have 2 of these cut in pale papaya. And then I cut 2 of the, and I'm trying to think of what this specialty paper is called. I'm not going to be able to think of it. This is 1 1/8 inch square. And then this is the black, and that's a 1-inch square. So I'm just going to attach these. I will tell you in the description what that paper is, that glimmer paper. It's so pretty. And it goes nicely with the bumblebee that's in the designer series paper. Okay, so I'm just going to attach these together. I'm going to layer them. So it's really pleasing to the eye to get all of these. And they're not a big, there's not a big, oh, messed that up, didn't I? Hang on a second. Got to fix that. That's what I get. Not thinking while I'm talking. Take that adhesive off of there. I'm sure you've done that, right? Well, if you have the old adhesive remover, you can get it off of there. Okay. We don't sell the adhesive removers any longer, but if you have one, don't get rid of it. They're amazing. Now I have a little bit of glue everywhere, but hey, you know me. Okay, so now I'm going to attach these, and I'm not going to put adhesive on the whole back, just on the angle, right? On this part, because I want to stick that right there. Okay, and then this one, I'm going to do the same thing and just do the one side of it. And put that on. And then the same thing here. Struggling with the glue tonight. Okay. Look at that, how cute that is. Okay, so because you don't want that glue on this side, you want that free of glue. I just did it on this side of the square. All right. So, do we need embellishments? I think we do, actually. And I'm trying to think, what embellishment would I use? I think I have the perfect embellishment. In my head, I have these rhinestones, right? The holiday rhinestones. And I'm thinking I'm going to use these green ones because they go with everything. And there's different sizes. Okay, so there is my pull and pop card. So when you pull it, the center pops out. Okay. I think it's a cute idea. I think that I've seen other ideas where you, instead of these edges, you actually put 2 squares, and that looks cute too. I also like this one, and so this was another one that I made. And what I did with this one was I used the stamp set In the Moment, and so I stamped her, and then I stamped the dress out of designer series paper and cut it out and paper pieced it. And so this is another one. So the ideas are limitless. You will be thinking of all kinds of ideas if you want to make this card. And so there you go. If you have any questions, you can contact me. Thank you for watching. Bye.